What's going on, everybody? It's Park Visions, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on Dorney Park's newest dive coaster, Iron Menace. So in this video I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the elements and the coaster itself and the theming. So enough talking, let's get straight into the video. As you approach Iron Menace, you come face to face with a steel yard. And as you come face to face with the steel yard, you are greeted with a steel yard old factory like dark sign with fog shooting out on both sides. Now, as you go past the steel yard, you are greeted with Iron Menace Plaza, which looks perfect, with Iron Menace drop looking very menacing, being right in front of you in the dead middle as you're walking past. Now, as you're walking past, you are also greeted with the Iron Menace sign as well. That looks very amazing. That describes Iron Menace very well. Now, as you are going into the queue, you are greeted with a old factory-like queue line of the McTavish Steel Company. Now, as you're going into the queue, you come face to face with some awesome theming representing the McTavish Steel Company, and with some awesome theming also representing Iron Menace of the history of McTavish. Now, also the bathroom is rethemed as well, coming past some theming with the bathroom also representing this old factory like style to also fit the description of Iron Menace. Now, the theming is very well, and I absolutely love the theming that Dorney Park did with Iron Menace. It just fits the story very well with McTavish and his steel company and the old factory-like style for Iron Menace. And in the station as well, you come across some awesome stuff, like some lanterns and stuff, and just an old factory-like style, which just looks so amazing. The station looks so good as well, but that's going to do it for the theming. Let's go into the ride experience itself. So before we get into the ride experience, I will say I did get 7 rides. So far, I have 7 rides on Iron Menace. I do plan to get more. The first ride I was stapled, so I didn't get to experience it to the full extent. But then the 6 other rides, I got to experience Iron Menace to its full potential and capability. But enough talking about that. Let's get into the Iron Menace experience. So as you leave the station, there's some audio cues. There's a lot of stuff going on. And then obviously the gates open. Like all dive coasters, gates open. You're out of there. And what makes Iron Menace so good with capacity is the floor does not have to drop. Obviously on other dive coasters, the floor has to drop for the train to leave the station. With Iron Menace, the train slides out of the station. It glides out of the station. The floors does not drop. It just glides out of the station. And that's what really makes the capacity and the operations for Iron Menace really good. Now, the lift hill is pretty fast. The lift hill is pretty good. It's quick. You do get up to the top pretty quick. The views of the lift hill is really amazing. Seeing Steel Force right there. Seeing the bottom of Steel Force right there. Seeing Thunderhawk a little bit. Then seeing Possess a little bit. Then once you get to the top is where the real view happens. You get some amazing stuff from Iron Menace. The view of Iron Menace Plaza. You get a great view of Steel Force to your left. Great view of Thunderhawk to your left. Get a great view of Possess literally right next to you. That's the cool part about Iron Menace view and drop. You have Possess right next to you. That's going to be a cool moment, seeing Possess go up its spike and then having Iron Menace drop down. That's going to be a cool experience. But going into the drop is really, really good. Do not underestimate Iron Menace drop. That drop is really good. The front, the airtime is okay. You get a good pop, but the back is where it's at. You get the full force of the airtime. You really get the full capability of the airtime of Iron Menace. If you have room and you're comfortable with the vest, you do get a lot of the capabilities of the airtime on Iron Menace drop. Then after Iron Menace drop, You zoom into the Immelman. And this part, I think, surprised a lot of people like myself. When you have some room and the vests are comfortable on you, you gray out on Iron Menace. I don't know what it is about that part. You gray out zooming into the Immelman. You get a good gray out. And I was so surprised. A lot of other people said it as well. You get a good gray out moment right there. And that surprised me a lot. So then you zoom into the Immelman, get a cool, good gray out moment. And then you get some great forces, some little good whip. And the force of the Immelman is really good because of the speed that you take it in. The speed that you take the Immelman in is really good. Exiting out of the Immelman, you then going to zoom into the 0G roll. The 0G roll is really good as well, giving some great whip, some good forces a little bit. So get a good sense of hang time. And then you hit the incline loop. The incline loop is really, really good. I love the incline loop. You get some great force going into it. Just like I said with the Immelman, it has some good forces because of the speed you take it in. I was concerned about the speed that you're gonna take the incline loop in, but I was surprised. You take the incline loop pretty fast, and the forces on it is pretty amazing by the speed that you take it in. And because of the size trains, the 7 rows, I think you really get full force and full capability of the incline loop, and it just is amazing. Especially the entering it, you get a little good forces, but then the mid is where all the forces come in. It's just abrupt, like it's good forces, and then exiting out of it, good forces as well. Then zooming into the corkscrew, some good sense of hang time a little bit, some awesome forces, and then hit that bank side turn, that bank turn to the right, then coming into the brake run. Now, I know a lot of people were talking about the jolt at the end. The jolt is not that serious. I really think the jolt adds character to the ride, and it really adds that feeling of intensity to the ride with that jolt at the end. I don't know what happened there, but it really adds to the ride. Yeah, it was funny because we all ridden it and we were all confused on that moment because none of us expected that. But it really adds to the ride. It's not that painful. It's not painful. It's just fun and funny that it's like there, but it really adds character to the ride. And I will say that there is some shuffle here and there in between the ride, but I really think that adds to the intensity of the ride as well. You don't get that with any other dive, and I really think that shuffle adds to the ride. It's not rough. It's just a noticeable little shake here and there. In some parts, it's really there. Like, you can notice it, like you feel it. But in some parts, you really don't notice it as much. But, yeah, that's the ride experience with Iron Menace. Iron Menace is a great fit for Dorney Park. They definitely deserve it. And the public is going to love Iron Menace when the park opens on May 10th. They are really going to enjoy it. And I heard from past other previews people that they enjoyed it. People like myself and other people on media, they enjoyed it. The charity event, people enjoyed Iron Menace. It's just a great fit for the park. A capacity powerhouse for the park. The greatness that the floors don't need to drop. It just glides out of the station. Great for capacity as well. Great for operations. The ride experience is quick, but it's quick but fun. That's the thing about Iron Menace. That's the thing that people are concerned about how quickly Iron Menace ends. But I think the intensity is what makes it feel longer. Like, the intensity really makes you just enjoy Iron Menace and want to ride again. Because when I was riding and the intensity was hitting, I thought Iron Menace was longer than it actually, like, looks. Like, riding it, it feels longer than when it actually looks on video. But yeah, Iron Menace is really fun. I enjoyed it. If I had to give it a rating, I will give Iron Menace a 9 out of 10. Iron Menace is a great fit. One of my favorite dives. I will probably put it at like 3 in my dive coasters ratings. It's really up there. It's really fun. I definitely can't wait to get more rides on Iron Menace. And yeah, if you have ridden Iron Menace yet, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about Iron Menace, and do you think that Iron Menace was a great fit for Dorney Park? Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel and what you think about Iron Menace. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. That's going to do it for this Iron Menace review. I can't wait to share more content with Iron Menace throughout the year. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of that with Iron Menace videos. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos from Park Visions in general and some videos from Dorney Park on the Park Visions channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.